Okay, so I've been asked to do a video on how I made this card. So yep, so here we go, my first YouTube video, how to make this card design. Okay, so getting started, we've got all the pieces cut, ready to go. All the measurements are on the blog on my website, simonecollins.com.au. So starting with Night of Navy in this leaf. Just make sure that's inked really well. Just kind of, you know, sporadically stamped across the piece of card. Try to make sure nothing's facing the same direction. So everything looks like it's all just been, you know, blown in the wind. They are leaves after all. And it's even autumn. Then to colour in the leaves with this old olive. Oh, got to pop the Night of Navy away, don't want to get confused. That's been done before. Now, I just ink in the old olive colour in the leaves. I don't make it too dark, it just needs to be quite subtle really. And not exact, not perfect. Just add a little bit of colour and actually even sort of just a little bit of texture, to be honest. There we go. Right, so there we go, that's the old olive. Now I did originally do one of these where I inked the Mango Melody stamp, but it came out so dark I just thought it was a bit too much. So what I did instead was I just stamped off the ink. So I put ink all over the stamp and then just stamped the first one off and then onto the card. So I did that with all of these. Stamp it off, then onto the card. Last one, there we go, that looks much better. As you can hear as a comparison, you see that just looks way too dark, so it was just a bit overpowering, whereas that just looks like it belongs. Greeting, I've just got a thank you, and I'm using this framelit here. This framelit comes from the rectangle stitch framelits, and the thank you from the same set. So I use a Night of Navy ink. Now I tend to put the stamp on before I do the framelit, that way I can still, you know, it doesn't matter if I get the stamp a little bit crooked, I can kind of just do close enough and then I just position the framelit where it needs to be. Here we go, my new toy. I only used this for the first time today. So this is the mini die cut machine from Stampin Up, and I just place my framelit there. Now I wanted a little bit of room. You'll see why. I need a little bit of room at the end there just to put some embellishments. So I don't make it. I don't centre the words exactly. I just try and make sure that it's in line though, so the words aren't actually crooked on the page, but they don't have to be centred. This always takes me a little while getting it just right. There we go. I think I'm almost happy with that. Almost. There we go. So there's that framelit. Now while I've got the machine here, I'll just run these ones through as well. It's this one here in the basic grey. I might just see if it works a bit better not. There we go. Right. Ah, there we go. That works a bit better. It doesn't slip around so much on the desk as opposed to the paper. There we go. There's one. That's right. I'll fix those up in a moment. There we go. So just so we've got all of our little pieces cut out there. Now what I find is quite effective just to make this stand out a little bit more. I just get the Night of Navy ink and just wipe the sides on the ink pad just to give that a little bit more depth. Just makes it stand out a bit on the card. Now I'm just using some tape to stick these pieces together. I don't overdo it with the tape, but I'm not too stingy either because you don't want little pieces lifting. You know, the corners and sides, sometimes you get a bit of a pucker if you don't stick it just right. So I just line it up with my eye. Okay, yep, that's pretty good. So I've got all my pieces here that I'm going to be using. Just get a bit of a rough idea of how much of that frayed ribbon I'm going to be using. So I just cut it roughly to start with, and then I'll tidy up exactly where I need it to be later. Take all my pieces here to just see where I'm going to line everything up. Just take that underneath. This is where I love this. I love the pad to lean on so that you can line things up. Line things up really well. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one will be on the ribbon. Like I said, I just line everything up roughly, and then I'll tidy up the ribbon at the end. How have I done it? There we go. There we go. Take my scissors and just cut the ribbon on a bit of an angle. There we go, and then same the other direction. So there we go, that'll be there like that. And we'll add our leaves underneath. Okay, so then we'll just get those taped in. Okay, and this to hold really well. So put plenty of that on there. Take those off. Just being really gentle with the ribbon, you don't want to pull it apart. There we go. Once again, I just line it up my eye. There we go. Just taking the subtle shimmer sequins. And I'll just put the little dots of glue just where I'm going to pop my sequins. There we go. Start with the biggest over here. I've actually used these ones here. Some of these sequins are actually like sort of a matte finish. They're not really super duper shiny. I think they look quite good. So I've got a white one, the matte silver, and then a sparkly silver. Okay, and I just pop those ones all on. I just tend to use the end here just to do a bit of a tidy up. There we go. I'll just let that dry, and then we can pop it on the front of the card. Okay, so that's had a little bit of time to dry. Just turn it over. Pop the tape on the back. Okay, and then we just line it up. There we go, and pop it on. There we go. I always turn it over and just press it on like that. And that's it. That's that card made. Well, almost. I also like to ink the envelope just so that it all ties in. So I did the same as the with the Mango Melody with this leaf. Oh, might pop the lid on the sequins before we leave them. So I stamp off the first lot of ink, just so that it all ties in beautifully. There we go. Now it's complete. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.